Hey everyone, my name is Lauren and I am launching something called What I've Learned Notes. And I did something like this about 3 years ago when I was really deep into my healing journey, healing myself from fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, Lyme, all of that. And so what I found when healing my physical body was that it was really what was behind the physical. So the emotional traumas, the mental turmoil, all of these things that were really contributing. And so what I learned through that was that these life lessons that were coming to me, they were universal and they were foundational in the human experience. And I shared that with everybody, and people saw parallels in their own lives when I shared. So that's what I want to do here now. And people often ask me what I did to heal myself. This is basically life after a chronic illness, chronic disease for me. And I don't know what to tell people because it wasn't any one thing. It wasn't a diet. It wasn't a protocol. It was just a combination of things. All I do know for sure is that my healing only truly started when I started to live my life in the present and not wait until later when I was healed to live my life. And that's the only thing I know for sure. So here's my new What I've Learned from 2019, Life After Chronic Disease, and I hope that you enjoy. So, I've learned that to change is to think greater than my current environment and reality. I've learned that I'm not a damn protocol. I've learned to not identify with any one way of anything, because the only thing we know for certain in life is that things evolve. They ebb and flow. They change. Nothing is concrete, and gripping these things with all my might is sure to make me exhausted every time, and it does. I've learned thoughts are electrical and emotions are magnetic. I've learned that in the concept of creation, it's all just an experience. It's not good or bad, right or wrong, it just is. I've learned that we're all doing the same things differently. I've learned there are no things as failures, only, oops, that didn't go so well. What did I learn from it? What's the lesson in it? I've learned behind emotions are feelings and to own it versus pointing fingers. I've learned awareness is my number one tool. I've learned that I will never betray myself again, and I've learned to put myself first, especially ahead of family and friends, because only then can I show up as the best version of myself. I've learned to harmonize within. Well, I'm kind of still learning that. I've learned to meet the fear and not let it block my future. I've learned I have to process and express my emotional pain or it creeps into all areas of my life, especially physically. I've learned I must feel the pain or it will always be chasing me. I've learned when I'm impacted emotionally to keep moving through it and not stop or else I'll surely sink and lose myself. I've learned other people have nothing to do with my experiences. I've learned it's my own lens and conditioning that determines what I am experiencing. I've learned we're all here having a human experience and doing the best we can with where we are and how we've been programmed. I've learned feminine energy has no straight lines or angles. It swirls and it flows. It's what if, I wonder, how could we? I've learned to let it come to me instead of constantly trying to figure it out. I've learned the shadow is the grist for me to launch from. I've learned that triggers are the most blessed opportunities to connect to more of myself. I've learned that when I am triggered, it's my subconscious. And when I'm aware of that and go deeper into it to explore it, I get a piece of myself back. I've learned to start before you feel ready. Because let's be real, will you ever really feel ready? Is that even true or exist? I've learned we're all run by fear and instincts until we become aware of it and change it by getting in front of it, becoming the pilot instead of the passenger. And lastly, I've learned that the best launching pad from 2019 was not a cushy, cozy pillow, but a rugged, ragged rock bottom in a blazing fire. That's what I've learned. So I'm going to do a bunch of these more frequently now on my YouTube channel, What I've Learned Notes. I have a website coming in a month by the same name, and also on Instagram. So this is my gift because I don't coach anymore, I don't do consultations, and I've just learned that I don't want to help people. I just want to share my experience, and that's the best thing I could possibly do. I'll also be sharing like video reviews of natural products I use, and that you might find some use in that, because I did a sauna video which I'll link here as well, and it's a lot of people have found it helpful, so I'll definitely do that as well. And thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to do this and be seen and be vulnerable. So thank you for being here. Happy New Year!